So the first question that we have on the list is how will life be in 10,000 years? Now we can start by unpacking the question basically. I think that's a good way to start this. Yeah, so what do we think about the question? What are the first thoughts, first impressions?
So first we have to figure out what they mean by life itself. Is it what it's around us, how we act,
Exactly.
whether
Yes.
it's social norms?
Because, well, I'll be honest, the way I interpret it immediately would be like from a human point of view. Like,
Yeah.
you know, what will life be in 10,000 years as a human?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we really have to put that sustainable aspect in there, guys.
Yeah.
We really will be not. We will
Well, I don't think
global
we
warming
will
kill us.
last 10,000 years.
In terms of if we don't make any changes in how we are now.
Well, at least
Yeah.
not in Earth.
Personally,
That's-
I think if humans, if they'll be around
Uh-huh.
still, I think it's gonna be like super, just toxic. You can't. I don't think we'll be able to just sit
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, that's a good way
Those
to put
be-
it.
in
I mean, this what
bunkers.
we're doing right now, sitting with nature around us,
Yeah.
is we're part of the ecosystem that thrives now.
Exactly.
Will
Is
that
this-
ecosystem be around in 10,000
And
years?
this
Or what
part
will
of
it
our
look like?
history now.
What will it look
Yeah.
like?
And maybe the question isn't how life will be, is whether life will be.
Whether life will be. Yes.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Because how will life be? If we genuinely look at this from like a hypothetical perspective of, yes, humans will be around in 10,000 years, somehow we've made it. What will it be like? I mean, the technological developments that will happen by
They
then,
must be ridiculous.
they exceed anything I
Yeah.
can even imagine.
You know how much life changed within like 150 years?
Yeah. How much has changed in the past like 3 years with AI?
Ridiculous.
Years.
Yeah.
You know?
Think about like, I think as technology advances, humans will just become dumber and
Uh-huh.
dumber and dumber, more reliant
Yeah.
on
that
that
makes
technology.
so much sense.
Yeah, and so at some point, technology will just we'll be relying on technology so much, we'll just not be able to provide for ourselves. So
Uh-huh.
more technology will not be able to be made. 'cause-
Actually, to tie this back into school, so we can all learn something and you guys can expand your knowledge. It's in ESS. There's three world. In ESS, we have these three main worldviews, and it's ecocentric, anthropocentric, and technocentric. Ecocentric is when you believe that nature has the same rights as humans, and actually we need to preserve nature for us to continue living
Mhm.
in
To
the future,
thrive,
in
yeah.
the next 10,000 years.
Yeah.
And anthropocentric is where we believe that we need to use the raw materials that nature provides for us humans, and we believe that humans are the only way to make this world better.
Hmm.
And the third one, technocentric, is where we believe that technology is the only way to advance. So
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people are actually stuck in that technocentric view.
Yeah.
And then that's why I think a good way to even go around it to help would be to implement strategies and policies to,
Mhm.
shift it even to an anthropocentric, to just notice that, we humans also do matter though. Like, we need to focus on that.
Yeah.
Because then in those 10,000 years, we really are just going to be playing, skateboards.
Yeah, the flying
Right.
cars
Yeah,
and yeah,
I
teleportation.
mean, flying cars, how long has that thought been around?
The thing is, that's what's so interesting. Flying cars exist.
Yeah, but like...
Flying cars exist. It's just there's no purpose for us to have flying cars.
Exactly.
We have, and I think that's kind of what you're talking about as well. We don't think about the human impact that human impact has on technology. We think about the impact that technology has on humanity, but we are the ones creating it. There's still developments to be made, and this is about human development. It's about how humans develop and utilize technology. And yes, that technology can get so dangerous that it takes over. Like we fear that AI takeover.
Yeah, I feel like humans can sometimes get carried away with the technology that they produce. Like they
Yeah.
just don't really have a plan. They're just like, yeah, the next best thing, the next new
Yeah.
thing. But there's not really a purpose, or there's not
Like, we
really
don't
a plan.
look at it from a long-term perspective.
Exactly.
That's the thing. We need to start living in the present.
Yeah.
We need to stop asking questions like, what will it be in
Yes.
10,000 years?
Oh, wow. Well, I think in general, 10,000 years is such an unfathomable span of time. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
change the question, how was life 10,000 years ago? We didn't even have pyramids back then. This is old.
That
Yeah.
pyramids
Wow.
are that recent?
Yeah.
I mean, didn't like agriculture developed 12,000 years ago.
There we
We
go.
domesticated
Like,
cows 12,000
Society was birthed 10,000 years ago, and we're thinking of 10,000 years in the future.
Ahead.
Wow, maybe a new society will be born.
We'll have
That's such
complete
an interesting
different-
point.
What? That was such a good point.
Wow.
No, because if you, I watched this video. I remember this so specifically. It was in the British school, and we watched this video about the span of human life compared to Earth, and they said that if the life of Earth was 24 hours, human would be less than a second. Human existence would be less than a second within a 24-hour span.
I think humans sometimes overestimate like our importance in the world, like in the great like scale, like scheme of things. Exactly. Like I feel like we're maybe even if we do end up like not existing in the 10,000 years from now, something else will.
We're gonna become so irrelevant.
Yeah.
Although if you
We'll
think
be the
about it,
next
are
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs still
Yeah!
relevant? Yes, that's incredible.
It's gonna go. Think about dinosaurs. No one. Excuse me, by the way, for my language. But no one talks about them anymore.
The
Except
thing is,
kids.
but
Yeah.
Whoa! Is the next species gonna talk about us as if we're like? Are they gonna have little human figurines?
Okay,
Will there
sneaking
be-
aliens into this? I know this is a stretch.
There's an alien episode. To just a little spoiler for what's to come.
But the thing is, if we really think about it, there's definitely some sort of different entity. There's another universe that they are living us right now, but different. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if we do meet them in 10,000 years?
Life
What
would
will that look
change
like?
everything.
Will that be useful? Do you guys think would that be? Oh, we can join forces. Oh, I know how to fix this problem. Oh, I know how to fix this problem.
Have humans ever done that in
Never,
history?
actually never
Yeah.
happened together,
We've been
have
committing
they?
the same mistakes over
Yeah.
and over.
It's just like
Yeah.
have power,
We're
have control.
only now we're starting to come to terms with accepting a new form of intelligent life, AI.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah.
And that's such
Oh.
a new thing. This is the
And it
first
is our
time,
creation.
But it's the
But
first time,
soon
yeah.
they're gonna be creating themselves, dude. It's terrifying.
No, because it's AI creating it. Who do you think writes AI? It's AI. It's not human input. You know, you gotta use an AI database to be able to have all that data to put into an AI.
I also find it crazy how AI is biased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
AI is biased. There's like this graph that shows 4.0, which is no bias. Like you can put a bias in and it'll follow that. However, for the non-paid one, it's more here because it's biased.
We're steering off the question.
I think
Yeah,
AI
we
should be
are
one of
putting
our
it
like
in.
discussion
Yeah,
points.
definitely.
Yeah, next episode.
Okay.
Yeah. But how will life be in 10,000 years? Do we have, I think we also have to appreciate the fact that 10,000 years, if we look, you mentioned, different species, right? But we also need to put into fact that we look at time linearly. We don't look at time in a way as a way to
Arrival.
travel through the universe. And that is what time is. It's a way for us to travel through the universe. That's how time functions. That's how light years are. What if what we're talking about here doesn't even exist on Earth?
Does it?
Because it
Currently,
might not.
it might
It with the like track that we're going at right now, with the speed that humanity is deteriorating, it's 10,000 years is an incredible scope. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, this is like about space, but the stars that we look at,
Yeah.
most of them are dead.
Yeah,
right?
because they're so far away.
So with that in mind, are we the present or are they? What's the
now.
present anymore?
Are we the past?
Are we
But
10,000 years ago?
Time does not travel because there is there's light. What are light waves?
Sound
sound waves,
and time is
And
literally
time.
the fourth dimension,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And time-
Oh my god.
And time is relative too, so it
Yeah.
really depends on.
We live in three. There's just this fourth one that exists everywhere,
Which means that 10,000 years ahead is going on as we speak.
As we speak.
We just don't know. We can't answer the question because we don't have the means to see.
And will we ever answer the question? Will we as people exist in 10,000 years?
No.
Maybe
there's no
we'll be able
chance.
to figure out within our lifetimes, that's a bit of a stretch, a way to travel through time like that.
But it's such an abstract
Because
concept.
it's impossible.
But it's
It's
science.
impossible.
It's
No, it is impossible.
It's just impossible to go into the future.
for us now.
But Zane, 10,000 years, we won't be there anymore as humanity to be able to
If
create
we go
that.
into the future, won't that even fuck up the past?
Yeah, it will.
It will. Even if we find out a way, if even one person travels, it'll change the whole scope in
Yeah.
time.
But how do we know that that's not happening already? We don't know how
Oh.
tomorrow looks like.
No, that's a terrifying thought.
That is, oh my god.
That's a really
What if
terrifying
life's
thought.
changing as we speak? We just
No, because
we
it is-
still don't have the means to know.
I guess we're 10 minutes into the future from the start.
From
of
the
the
start of
episode.
this episode, and we've already
So-
lived so much.
much.
We didn't know that we'd be here talking about this
No.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I think maybe the real question at hand here is the fact that we can't even predict that.
Yeah.
We can look at all of these factors that play into like human life, like you said with the ESS components. I don't remember what they were. It's anthropological. Yeah, but we can look at it from these different factors, from the human factors, from the technological factors, environmental factors. But we can't make an accurate prediction for that far ahead.
Yeah, and but can we make an accurate prediction for 10 minutes from now? What's the difference between 10,000 years ago and 10 minutes from now? How
Well, see,
Sure
if
can
it
we
was
be.
routinial, right? If there was a routine in everyday life, it would be predictable. But
I
that's
mean,
the
in
thing.
10 minutes we're gonna go inside, you know.
But
That's something we
maybe we
can
won't.
predict.
But that's the thing. Maybe
But
we
planning
won't.
and
what if we
predicting
get?
is
What if
different.
we don't get?
Yeah, you can try and control the time that comes ahead of you, but you can't. You literally can't. Anything can happen. Do you remember that? I'm gonna completely steer off a little bit here. Do you remember that one time there was a fire at school and
Yeah.
you and I had an early morning and we were expecting to come into school and just go to class and we stood outside for 2 periods because there was a fire inside. We were emailing our teachers.
Yeah, it was a very surreal experience too, because we were
Yeah.
outside of everything happening.
Exactly, and it's like you know there's something happening, but you're not there to experience it.
And if we had come in like literally 5 minutes before,
5 minutes
Yeah.
earlier,
we would have been inside.
I think what also a bit of a weird fact that I'm really sad about is that in all my life at Ish, I've never been there for a fire.
Wow.
I've always missed out on them for some weird reason. And it's
that's
happened
freaky.
before that I came to school as it was happening. But
That's
then,
what, 15 years of your life, basically?
Something's keeping you out of those fires, man.
That's...
I'm keeping the school safe. What happens when I leave? When I graduate? The place is gonna burn down.
You can also, because now you've made me think about this in a different way as well. What if life is consciousness? What if you are life? You know, you can talk about the fact that maybe you, in some way, shape, or form, will exist. Because you are the only person that knows that you are conscious. Therefore, your 10,000 years might look different to everybody else's.
That is true.
Yeah.
However, we have been proven by death. And
Yes, to be
What about
there's
reincarnation?
No one coming
Yeah, no, there's an
Also
episode.
spoiler.
It's reincarnation. Yes, beautiful predictions.
So funny.
Even the crows are excited.
But do you guys believe in reincarnation, Kristen?
I do.
I'd like to believe in it.
We'd like to believe in it.
Yeah, I'd like for it to be true. I don't know if I believe it, but
I'd like for it to be that's
Yeah.
a really good way to put it. I'd like for it to be true, but I don't believe in it.
yeah.
I've got my interpretation. of
But let's-
reincarnation.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got
oh,
so
that's a good
many.
thing.
Yes.
I think
I think, you know what? I think we can maybe wrap this up because we've analyzed every part except for maybe the question mark at the end. But, you know, we question everything in the universe, so yeah.
that's the way to go.
The future will tell.
In 10,000 years.
See you in
You got it.
10,000 years for the next episode. Yes.